What is that gorgeous machine that I just pulled off the truck? Nice. The SplitFire 2265. Horizontal, splits both ways. So we're going to give this a shot for 6 months, and then I'll probably work with another one and give that a shot for 6 months. And this is, so far, that's what the deal is with me and SplitFire. And we'll see how it goes. I mean, if either one of us have a bad experience, then we can end it after the 6 months. But for right now, yeah, they have chosen to sponsor the channel, and I just couldn't be happier. So I'm going to take this thing up to my shop, make a little video of how to get it off of this pallet, and get it fired up, and see what she's capable of. Square drive sucks. Frick. Ah! Stupid. Stupid. Ah! Switch to Torx, please. Oh. Okay. Might help if I turn it on. Okay, so there you have it. We're all set up. We've got just a little bit of small wood here. Nothing's big and nothing special. We're just going to try it out. See if maybe I can load up that tote that's sitting right there with this stuff that I'm going to burn in my shop. So once I figured out, the engine, that it has an on and off switch, this was all pretty simple. It does come preloaded with hydraulic fluid. And as far as checking the fluid, there's your sight glass right there. We got hydraulic fluid in there at the bottom. It's not critical on this. You just want fluid in the sight glass. But yeah. So it would be able to pick up me. I'm just going to leave it hooked up to Beefcake right here. It matches up pretty well perfectly. If I have an issue, then I'll utilize the stand. That's what it's there for, But at first, at least, I'm going to try it just like this. I'm super excited. want to pause for a second to show you guys this. I just noticed it. This is slick. So that's your big main pipe, and it seems to just drop all of your, I don't know, what do you even call this? Your slash, right? Every time I move that, the cutter or the blade, the splitter, whatever you want to call it, it pushes more and more of this out. So you could put a bucket right here and catch that, because I use that stuff for kindling, you know, in better wood. So this wood's pretty old and slimy on the outside and stuff. It's still good, and I'm burning it in my shop. It'd be fine. But if I had really nice wood, that would be making some fantastic kindling, and it does it here as well. So I don't know how it's not coming out there, but it must just be, you know, coming off like this and falling right there. So anyways, that side over there with that hole, you know, you saw it was piled up and it was dumping right there. Really cool, but I have two very specific slash piles that I can pull from and get some kindling. Just one more thing, I don't know if they meant for it to be like that, but that's what they got, and I like it. Before, all of my slash just piled up right here, just like endless, you know, and well, in here as well on either side. But yeah, I like it. It's nice. He's getting the hang of it. Different angle. There we go. Yeah, that was all knotted up. All right, so I don't know how long that took me. I'm guessing it probably took me about 35, 40 minutes. I don't know. I don't know. I wasn't keeping track. I was enjoying it. Really, I was. So that right there, I mean, it's packed in there really loose. Really, really loose. But you could say that's one rick of firewood, which one rick of firewood is a third of a cord or a face cord. I didn't even break sweat. I didn't even break sweat. So I love it. Yes. It's I think that the vertical would be quicker, but if you like a horizontal, I can't see it being much quicker than that, you know, unless you had a great big one that was capable of pushing multiple splitters and stuff. But the cycle speed on it is really quick. I mean, I'm used to running my old traditional wood splitter or log splitter from Tractor Supply, you know, just your basic stuff. And it would take me forever. Like that amount of wood right there would definitely take me an hour or really close to an hour. And that's without, you know, I was picking up, moving the camera all over the place, trying to get different shots and all this stuff. And that would be with my wife helping me even, you know. It was so slow, and I just had no clue. I had no idea how slow it was. And but this thing, yeah, it bogged a little bit in some nice crotchy wood, you know, some stanky crotch wood. It really did. It bogged down, but it, you know, you knock the piece of wood off there with your axe or a maul or something that you got laying around, and then go at it at a different angle, and it went right through it. It's just fine, you know. So yeah, not the strongest machine in the world. So if you're looking to use this to tackle great big rounds, I would look elsewhere. But if you're just doing little stuff that what homeowners typically do, if you're ordering a load of firewood poles, right? Typically those ain't more than 12 inches. You know, those are small stuff. I can't see my other hand. Small. Anyways, whatever. So I think it's bang up. And once I got the hang of it, that back and forth action, there's a couple times I got real good slick with it and was like split, 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 and then all of the wood, that piece was done. It was really fantastic. But yeah, I love it. Then in a weekend's time, you know, if I had Irene out here working and I already had all my wood cut up and stuff, then yeah, I could, in a weekend, the two of us, we might be able to do 4 cord or so, you know, just as long as we were steady at it. But yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. Morning. So, same shorts, different day. This is the next day. And yeah, I totally did all 3 of these totes yesterday by myself. And there was a lot of walking back and forth, you know, back and forth to get the wood, back and forth to put it into totes and things like that. And I still probably did it 40 minutes per tote, which is 2 hours for 1 cord of wood. I don't know. I'm new to this firewood game, in this capacity at least. I've always made my own firewood, but I did it a very different way. And so this is all new to me, so I don't know what I'm talking about. But it seems to me like I did this full cord of firewood in 2 hours flat. And that was even with me filming and stuff in there. So it probably would have been a little bit faster if I didn't have to do that. Anyways, I'm really impressed by that. I don't know if you are, and I don't know if that's impressive.
but I like the little machine. Yes, it bogs down from time to time, and it doesn't, you know, it's not as strong as some other machines. But you know, the few times that it did it to me, I think it probably did it 5 or 6 times, making all this. You know, but all I did, you know, I take my axe and I beat it off of there, and then I realized I've got to take a smaller bite. I got to start from the outside, you know, and split off the outside, and it works just fine. And I'm fine with it. Like, put it this way, so that cycle speed on that thing is really good. It really goes down and back. Just the cycle speed alone, forget about splitting in both directions. Just the cycle speed alone, if you presented me with an issue and said, listen, you get to choose the way that you split wood right now, Bodie, you could have all the power to muscle through with that Tractor Supply traditional log splitter. I think it was like a 27 ton or 28 ton. Hell, maybe even been a 30 ton splitter that I used to have. You could have all the strength of that, or you could have the cycle speed of this. I'm choosing that cycle speed, baby. that is so much nicer. That is so much nicer. So anyways, yeah, yesterday I just kept on going because, you know, got a new toy, and I'm glad I did, because I could very reasonably make an entire cord in one day, and now's the time that I need to have my firewood created so that it can sit up here and start really drying out, because we've been getting a lot of heat, a lot of wind, and this one right here, this setup, this tote, this wood, a lot of it is almost, you know, like borderline rotten, because it was sitting right under the overhang, and so all of the water dripped right on this. Basically on all of this stuff. This is all, it's probably been sitting there for 2 years, unsplit, and but it's had plenty of opportunity to get wet as can be. Anyways, yesterday I put it out here. It was nasty and just soaked wet, right? And after about 4 hours, maybe about 6 hours, we came out in the evening, and all that wetness was already dried off. This is already, now it's in the morning, so it's got some dew on it and stuff, but it dries out quick. And now I'm not saying that it's going to be perfect firewood. Like, I would never sell this to someone. But am I going to burn this year in my shop? Yes, I will. there's like no doubt whatsoever. So one of you guys, I can't remember who it is. I don't know. Is it you, Driftless? I don't think it is. Keep on saying that you know, this right here might be firewood that I use 2 years from now, because it's going to take a long time for it to season up here. And I know you're right. I know you're right. I know you are. But I'm not going to be using this as my primary heat source. Even in, you know, in the shop, I guess I will, but even there I have gas backup and stuff. So it's not that big of a deal. If I can get it to say 30% or so, I'll probably still, heck, I'll probably still use it 35 or 40%. I don't know, but I'm just going to use it. And, you know, it doesn't mess up the window of your stove if you don't have a window. And if you do have a window, if you're running it on high, it'll be fine. It's just whenever it's kind of wet like this, you just, in my experience, you don't get as much heat from it, and you can't really smolder it overnight very well. It'll go out. I think I got that right. I think that's what it is. But anyways, I think that sitting up here on this windy hilltop, it gets sun from 6 o'clock in the morning till 9 o'clock at night. Nothing casts a shadow on it here. So it should dry out pretty well. And all the wood that I'm splitting up so far to this point has already been down for a very long time, you know. So like the ash that I've been splitting, that's probably been down, it's probably been dead for over 2 years. You know, probably been dead for 3 or 4 years, dead standing kind of thing. And so that's going to dry out really quick. You know, this stuff right here has probably already been on the ground, all this stuff, for 2 or 3 years. So I'm good. I'm good. You know, now the new load of wood, the log truck brought me the load of firewood logs. That might be pretty fresh, and that might take longer to dry, but that's going to be the last thing I get to anyways. But anyways, that's enough talky talk. I like the 2265. That little engine runs slick as can be. So once I figured it out and everything, because, you know, I flooded it at first for not having that, the switch turned to on, you know, but we all make mistakes like that. And I like to leave those in because it just humanizes, you know, we all do stuff like that. And anyways, but once I got that thing cleared out and, you know, it'd been ran a little bit, broke in a little bit, got a tank of gas through it. Boy, that thing just starts right up and runs slick as can be. Follow the Honda. Follow the leader. He's on a Honda. I like my Hondas. Anyways, yeah, I'm super happy with this. I'm joyously happy. So finally, we're getting moving. Finally, we're getting moving.